Hello, everyone. Welcome to Simple English Stories. I am really happy you are here with me today. Today, we will practice English together in a calm, slow, and comfortable way. Please relax your shoulders, take a deep breath, clear your mind. Listen carefully, pause the video, and repeat after me. This story is long, emotional, and easy to understand. It will help you improve your English listening, speaking, and pronunciation. Let us begin. My name is Emma. I am 24 years old. I live in a large city where life moves very fast. People walk quickly, cars never stop. Buildings are tall. The streets are always noisy. Everyone looks busy, serious, and tired. But inside my heart, I am a quiet person. I like slow mornings. I like quiet places. I like deep conversations. Sometimes I feel like my heart does not match the speed of the city. Every morning, I wake up at 6 o'clock. The alarm rings softly. I open my eyes slowly. I stay in bed for a few minutes and think about the day ahead. Some mornings I feel motivated. Some mornings I feel empty. Some mornings I feel lost without knowing why. I make myself a cup of coffee. The smell fills the small kitchen. I stand near the window and look outside. People walk to work. Some look happy. Some look worried. Some look completely tired. I often wonder about their lives. I work in an office in the city center. The building is modern and cold. The walls are white. The lights are always bright. The air feels dry and artificial. My job is stable, but it does not excite me. I answer emails. I prepare reports. I attend meetings. I listen more than I speak. My coworkers are polite but distant. We talk about deadlines. We talk about work problems. We talk about the weather. But we rarely talk about feelings, dreams, or fears. Sometimes I feel invisible among them. After work, I usually walk home alone. Walking helps me relax. It helps me breathe. It helps me feel real again. I like to walk slowly, even when others rush past me. In my life, there is one person who understands me better than anyone else. That person is my best friend, Daniel. Daniel and I met 5 years ago at university. I remember that day very clearly. It was my first week. I was nervous and unsure. I did not know where I belonged. I felt small in a big place. I was sitting alone in a classroom. I held my notebook tightly. I tried to look confident, but my heart was racing. Then Daniel walked in late. He looked around the room, smiled, and sat next to me. His smile was warm and calm. He said hello. Just one word, but that word changed everything. We talked after class. Then we talked again the next day. Soon we were studying together every week. We shared notes, we shared coffee, we shared jokes, we shared silence. Daniel was patient and kind. He never rushed me. He never laughed at my mistakes. When I felt stressed, he stayed calm. When I felt sad, he listened carefully. Over time, our friendship grew strong. Very strong. We trusted each other completely. We told each other secrets. We talked about our fears. We talked about our dreams. People often asked if we were a couple. We always laughed and said no. At that time, I truly believed we were just friends. To me, Daniel was my safe place. He was the person I called when I passed an exam. He was also the person I called when I failed. He knew my weaknesses. He knew my habits. He knew my silence. After university, life became more serious. We found jobs. We paid bills. We felt pressure. We felt responsibility. Daniel found a job not far from my office. Even though we were busy, we always made time for each other. We sent messages every morning. We talked almost every night. Sometimes we met after work. We walked through the city together. We talked about life. We talked about stress. We talked about relationships. I dated other men during this time. Some were charming. Some were kind. Some were interesting. But none of them made me feel completely safe. Something was always missing. Daniel always respected my relationships. He never judged me. He never interfered. He supported me, even when I was confused. One evening, after a very difficult day, I felt exhausted. My head hurt, my chest felt heavy. I did not want to be alone. I needed someone to listen. I called Daniel. My voice sounded weak. I asked if we could meet. He agreed immediately. We met in a quiet park. The sky was dark blue. The air was cool. The lights were soft. We walked slowly. I talked a lot that night. I talked about my job. I talked about feeling lost. I talked about feeling afraid of the future. Daniel listened quietly. Then suddenly, he stopped walking. He looked at me seriously. He took a deep breath. He said, "Emma, I need to tell you something important." My heart started beating fast. He said, "I have loved you for a long time." For a moment, everything stopped. The sounds disappeared. The city felt far away. I could not speak. He said he never wanted to ruin our friendship. He said he was afraid to lose me. He said my happiness mattered more than his feelings. That night, I went home and could not sleep. My mind was full of memories. I remembered our laughter, our long talks, our quiet moments. I started noticing things I had ignored before. How he always waited for me. How he always protected me. How safe I felt with him. Days passed slowly. I felt confused. I felt scared. I felt curious. I missed him more than usual. I realized he was always in my thoughts. 1 week later, I asked him to meet again. My hands were shaking. My heart was full of fear and hope. We sat near the river. The water moved slowly. The city lights reflected on the surface. I told him the truth. I told him I was scared. I told him I did not want to lose him. I told him my feelings were changing. Daniel listened patiently. He did not rush me. He did not pressure me. He respected my pace. We decided to move slowly. We decided to be honest. We decided to protect our friendship. Weeks passed. Our connection grew deeper. We talked more openly. We laughed more freely. We felt closer. We cooked together. We watched movies. We walked in silence. Everything felt natural. One evening, I looked at him and realized the truth. Love does not always start suddenly. Sometimes love grows quietly from friendship. I finally said it. "I think I love you." Daniel smiled gently. He held my hand. He said, "I have loved you for a long time." From that moment, everything felt calm. There was no fear. There was no pressure. There was only trust. Now, when I wake up in the morning, I feel peaceful. I feel safe. I feel grateful. Sometimes the person you need has been beside you all along. Sometimes love grows silently. Sometimes your best friend becomes your greatest love. My best friend loved me. And one day, I realized I loved him too. Thank you for listening. Now listen again. Repeat after me. Practice every day, and your English will grow stronger and clearer.